On Saturday, January 23rd, television and radio host Lawrence Harvey Ziegler, mainly known as Larry King, passed away at the age of 87 due to complications of COVID-19. Larry King was born in Brooklyn, New York on November 19, 1933. His father died of a heart attack when he was only 9 years old. Larry King, his mother, and brother ended up going on government welfare after his father's death. King was so affected by his father's death that he lost interest in his schoolwork. After graduating from high school, King worked to help support his mother. From an early age, he had the desire to work in radio broadcasting. His first broadcast was on May 1st, 1957, when working as a disc jockey at 9 a.m. to noon. He acquired the name Larry King when the general manager claimed that Ziegler was too difficult to remember. I don't know why Ziegler would be too difficult for him to remember. I don't know what that's all about. It's just Ziegler, but whatever. So minutes before airtime, Larry chose the surname King, which he got from an advertisement in the Miami Herald for King's Wholesale Liquor. Interesting. Yeah. I bet you guys didn't know that. Now, this is the information you now know. You learn something every day. 2 years later, he legally changed his name to Larry King. Then there was the Larry King Show that premiered on January 30th, 1978. Then there was Larry King Live that premiered on June of 1985 on CNN. King hosted a broad range of guests from figures such as UFOs, conspiracy theorists, and alleged psychics. After 25 years, King stepped down as the show's host on June 29, 2010, but he stated that he will remain with CNN to host occasional specials. On February 7, 2012, CNN announced that he would no longer host specials. In March of 2012, King co-funded Aura TV. In September of 2017, he stated that he had no intention of ever retiring and would continue hosting his programs as long as he lived. Larry King was known for his slick back hair, glasses, and suspenders. Now, unlike many interviewers, Larry King had a direct, non-confrontational approach. His reputation for asking easy and open-ending questions made him attractive to important figures who wanted to state their position without avoiding being challenged on contentious topics. King said that when interviewing authors, he did not read their books in advance, so he would not know more than his audience. Throughout his career, he interviewed many of the leading figures of his time. According to CNN, King conducted more than 30,000 interviews in his career. Just like Elizabeth Taylor, Larry King was also married 8 times. Elizabeth Taylor was married 8 times, 2 to the same man, and Larry King was married 8 times to 7 different women. That's crazy. Like, I just don't understand how anybody can marry that many times. 8 times? Like, if you get married the 3rd time and you get a divorce after that, I don't think you should be worrying about getting married again. Like, it's like baseball. 3 strikes, you're out. Okay? If you get a 3rd failed marriage. Larry King has 5 children, 9 grandchildren, and 4 great-grandchildren. His children with his 3rd wife, Arlene, Andy, and Chaya, died within weeks of each other in August of last year and the summer of 2020. His son Andy was 65 when he died of a heart attack, and Chaya was 51 when she died from lung cancer. Wow, that sucks. He lost both of his children from his 3rd wife last year in the summer of 2020. What the heck? Well, that's just sad and just messed up, especially when they died like within weeks of each other. Man. An ironic thing about it is that Larry King passed away 5 months after they died. In 1997, he married his 7th and final wife, Shawn Southwick, a singer, actress, and host. They have 2 children together. They filed for divorce in 2010, but they reconciled and filed for divorce again on August 20th, 2019. Shawn is younger than Larry King. She was born in 1959. So it seemed like Larry King was probably into marrying younger women. I mean, hey, if that's what he liked, That's what he liked. I mean, I'm sure there's some older men that have dated or married younger women, you know. There's probably some women, older women, that have dated younger men, you know. Larry King liked what he liked. That's what he preferred. Larry King has gone through a lot of health issues. He had a major heart attack before a successful quadruple bypass surgery. In March of 2019, he suffered from a stroke and was in a coma for weeks. He admitted that he had contemplated suicide following the stroke. Larry King said, "I thought I was just going to bite the bullet. I didn't want to live this way." Wow. Well, that's messed up. The poor man thought about contemplating suicide. And Larry King was 85 around that time when he thought about doing that. Wow. Thank God he didn't do that. I guess he came to his senses, told himself that contemplating suicide was not going to make things better. It's not worth it. I'm glad he got through it. But on January 2nd, it was revealed that King had been hospitalized 10 days earlier in the Los Angeles hospital. And I do recall earlier in the month about him being hospitalized. And of course, on January 23rd, Larry King passed away at the age of 87, of course. His ex-wife, Shawn, told Entertainment Tonight that he recovered from the virus, but the infection led him to being unable to recover from sepsis, which took his life. Larry King had a private funeral, and his family wore his suspenders in honor of him as a tribute to him as well. Rest in peace to the legendary television radio host Larry King. At least he lived to be 87 years old. It's too bad he got COVID-19. If he didn't get COVID-19, I'm sure he would have lived a little bit longer. But either way, he's a legend. And kudos to him for a career he has done. When you think of CNN, what comes to your mind should definitely be Larry King. Larry King was CNN. Okay, he put CNN on the map. CNN was his home. And I don't know where CNN would be if Larry King was not a part of CNN. Like, I don't think CNN would be anything without Larry King. Rest in peace to Larry King.